What's that?
Espresso.
Is that coffee?
Yeah.
I want in.
You ready?
Is that coffee?
Get ready to experience a cup above.
I want in.
Nespresso. What else?
That's a fantastic ad, if I ever did say so myself. Absolutely entertaining. Welcome back, people. We'll tie that one in just about a bit. Here with me today now is the commercial director for TVC Communications. We have with us Ronan Redmond, and he has decades of experience in sales and is someone you want to listen to if you're considering a career in sales. And today's focus is on property sales and also consumer goods. We've been doing this. This is the fourth installment, isn't it, Ronan?
This is the grand finale.
Yes.
It is.
It is the
one.
grand finale,
Yeah.
and I'm finally beginning to pick up on the accent, actually. Can
Yeah,
you hear
very
that?
That's Scottish. It's not Irish.
Oh, okay, wrong one.
I'm Irish.
So, good to have you back again.
It's good to be back.
Great ad we just saw.
Yeah.
That's for consumer goods.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about sales in consumer goods and also property as well.
That's right. That's right.
Lots of these around the place, especially for property.
Yeah, what we've tried to do over the last 4 weeks is say to people, look, sales is a great opportunity. And then we've gone a bit further. We said, where would you go to get a sales job? And my role here with the sales department in TVC is to sell adverts.
Yes.
And we see a lot of property companies, and in particular a lot of consumer good companies advertising with us. And I always say the premise of anything is if a company is advertising, they're trying to sell a product, and if they're trying to sell a product, they need salespeople. So the whole point of our series, Maz, has been to say to people, it's hard out there, but sales is an opportunity, and there will always be jobs in selling consumer goods such as coffees or any of the foodstuffs we see here on Wake Up Nigeria. And then even during the worst of this coronavirus, when you go around Lagos, you still see buildings, you still see cranes, you still see property. When you look at TVC, you see property ads. So people are still trying to sell property. So there are jobs and there are opportunities there.
Okay. So, how easy is it to sell property as against perhaps like what we've discussed in previous shows, cars, for instance?
Yeah, the essence of everything you and I have spoken about over the last number of weeks is there's familiarity in each week, and simply all that means is the process is pretty much the same. There are, of course, nuances. When it comes to property, you find good property sales people know the stock they're selling. So they know whether it's the high-end apartments or whether it's houses that are more affordable. They know the stock they're selling, so they know the audience that they need to talk to. Then you'll find good property sales people are very good on social media because they build networks, they reach out, they send out images of the property. We were talking about interior design earlier on. So they can tweet out, build up a network around all of that. And then the really good ones have great communication into personal skills because they'll have these open days where they'll invite viewers to come in and look around the properties for sale. And once you have the viewer in looking, then you engage and you start the whole sales process.
I've always just thought that property is against consumer goods are two very different markets because because property seems to be very big. I mean, very expensive property
Yeah,
is.
they're-
Consumer goods, on the other hand, like what we've just seen, these are little stuff that you could just, you know, hey, would you like an espresso? These are the...
They are, absolutely, and they're two very, very different sales timelines. A property is not something you and I would sell today. It would take, there's weeks
Exactly.
of selling and bringing the audience. And in one of the earlier episodes, we spoke about patience and the need for patience and persistence when you've got a big high-end sale like a property sale. But if you're a salesperson, it's quite lucrative in property because you sell property, you get a very good commission on it. Consumer goods are often referred to as FMCGs. That's fast-moving consumer goods, which means they're sold on a day-to-day basis. Companies like Indomie, like 7-Up, they will have teams of salespeople out in the streets, going into shops, making sure that their product is placed in the shop. They're called merchandisers, they're salespeople, and it's high turnover.
Okay.
It's still a good job.
So how can I convince the buyer to make sure that they're buying that product? I'm talking about consumer goods now.
Yeah.
To make sure they're buying that product there and then.